Hi ladies! I'm here today to show you how to do cherry blossom nail art. A lot of people comment on my blog about how good my nails are, and trust me, I can tell you I'm no professional, I don't claim to be, but it's something that I've been practicing for absolutely years now, and that's I guess why I'm kind of alright at it. It's just a case of practicing. Obviously there are some things that you can do which make it easier, and I'll try and explain those to you in this video. It took me about an hour, I would say, to do the whole hand, but I had painted the base the day before, and that's one of my tips. Like, if you're going to do a nail art design and you do have time to do the base coat a day before and let it thoroughly dry, then that really works for me. I'll show you what you need first of all. For the base colour I used this, which is China Glaze for Audrey. This came in the post for me on Friday, so I was kind of just basically did the manicure because I wanted to use this. Then what you'll need is a black, any old black, it really doesn't matter. And then you will need a couple of pinks for the flowers. So I used About You by OPI and Strawberry Fields by OPI. Then what you will need is a paintbrush. I don't actually use a proper nail art brush or anything fancy like that. I just went to my art store and I bought a really fine, in fact it's not even that fine, it's just a very small paintbrush, and I just use this and I clean it off with nail polish remover, and it's always served me fine. So yeah, just grab a cheap small paintbrush, and then I use this nail dotting tool, which costs just a couple of dollars from any kind of nail shop these days, or just online. They're so easy to find. But if you don't have one of these, you can use toothpicks. I've used toothpicks in the past. It's a little bit more effort, but it works kind of effectively the same. So there you go, you don't need anything really that special. And I'm going to change the camera around so that you can see up close how I do it, and I'll talk you through it, and hopefully you guys like it. Okay. So you want to start with a nice clean nail. You should use some nail polish remover and just make sure there's no oils on your nail, or remove any old polish, and then give it a little rinse so that you know that it's completely clean. And on top of a magazine or something, I always do mine, because obviously I've had a few accidents in the past, nail polish all over my floor. So just dab your brush off so that there's not a lot of excess on the brush, and then you're just going to start at the middle of the nail, and you're going to just put a blob and go down the nail slowly, and try not to press too hard with the brush, because I find that kind of makes streaks. And if it's not that smooth around the edges, I always just use my nail like this to just clean off any excess like that. So now that I've just done one coat, I'm going to let that dry, and then I will do a second coat. When you have finished and your base colour's completely dry, you are going to get your black, and you will need at this stage your paintbrush. Ta-da! And you will also need a piece of cellophane or something. I like to just use old card wrappers like this, or you could use foil, or even a plate if you've got an old plate that you're not that bothered about. And you will just get your black, take a big splodge it onto the cellophane, and then just get a little of the black on the tip of the paintbrush. You will just kind of paint a tree branch. Now cherry blossom trees kind of have quite squiggly branches, I guess, so you need to do a few kind of lines coming off, or you can do them coming in on the other direction. That's entirely up to you and how you want it to look. Oh, that one's a bit thick, but it doesn't really matter, because you can put flowers over any particularly bad mistakes. You can just place your flowers kind of strategically, so it doesn't even need to look completely perfect. So there you go. When it's done like that, you're going to let this dry, and next thing will be to make the flowers. To make the flowers, you will need your white or your very light pink, like this one. This is OPI Mod About You. Take your dotting tool and give it a swish so it's got some of the polish on. And what you want to do very carefully, hopefully you can see, is just dot in a circle 5 little dots. like that. Can you see? Hopefully you can. And you're going to do that again and again, kind of positioning them as best you can to like sit on the branches. And you have to be careful because once you've left your polish out for a while, it starts to get kind of gloopy. In which case, just clean off your dotting tool and just get a new dab of polish. So that's what it should look like. Okay, so again, using your dotting tool, you're going to take your darker pink. You're going to just dot right in the middle of the flowers. Sorry, can't talk at the same time, got to concentrate. You'll go to each little flower, try and move fast. After you have finished all the flowers, you're just going to let it dry. You can put the top coat on at this point, or like me, I've put tiny pieces of glitter in the center of the flowers. You don't have to do that, so the next step for you can just be to put the top coat on. But if you do want to do the glitter, I would suggest like a dark pink glitter. I realized I didn't actually have a dark pink glitter, which really, if you know me and how many nail polishes I have, and how much I actually love pink, is pretty ridiculous. So I ended up getting the Deborah Lippmann Happy Birthday, which is just like a multi-glitter, and I used tweezers. This is dedication. I used tweezers to pick out the hot pink that's in there. This is something I wouldn't recommend everybody trying to do because it takes bloody ages. And as soon as I started, I thought, why on earth am I doing this? But once you started, you've got to do all of them. So I don't recommend this at all. So now that it's fully dry and when you touch it, like nothing's going to smudge at all, you want to take your top coat. I'm using OPI Rapid Dry top coat. The only way to kind of stop your nail art streaking is the application, not so much the nail polish. Some top coats do have a tendency to do it a little bit more, but really the trick is in the application. And the main thing that I can suggest is that you need to be basically as soft as possible on the nail, and you want to try and aim to do it in as few strokes as possible, because the more you move like the top coat around, the more chance you have of smudging the design. Middle, side, side. That quick. Don't be tempted to make it longer because it will smudge, I guarantee you. You can neaten up the sides. It's so tempting to go over and try and make it absolutely perfect, but I promise you, it will smudge, so don't do it. I've done it so many times. And then after that, I let it dry, and I'll just quickly show you what I sometimes use. I sometimes use the Body Shop Almond Hand and Nail Cream afterwards, and I also like to use this one by Bliss, which is Manicure's best friend, and this is like a nail nourishing cuticle smoother type of product, and that's really good and it smells really nice, as does the Body Shop one. That one smells amazing too. It's nice to just you know, give your hands a bit of nourishment too and make it all look perfect. That is basically it. That's how you do it. So now, if you're anything like me, you're going to spend the next 2 hours or something walking around and like trying to pick up your mobile phone like this, and you know, just so that you don't ruin it. Anyway, yeah, hopefully you will be able to do this, and hopefully this tutorial has been helpful to you. Please let me know if you think it was like simple to follow, and of course leave a comment and let me know what you think about the design and how it goes for you if you try it, because I'd really like to hear. I will of course be back with another video quite soon, so make sure you subscribe and visit my blog too if you're not already on there watching this. Okay, thank you for watching. See ya. Bye.